It's okay. I was sitting here wondering, why do I have feet?
Because I have my feet here. Oh, really? Was I supposed to, like, drop on that? Otherwise I can't get that?
Huh.
Oh, well, whatever. What I was just gonna say, though, is I think a lot of kids are just not nice to each other, sadly, and have stories like that, and, that kid probably doesn't even remember he did that.
No, probably not.
Now, granted, he could just be an absolute dickbag and not care, too. Like, maybe he remembers and doesn't care. But all I was saying was, it's very difficult because kids are not nice to each other, and they have a lot of issues with...
You have to press X on that?
Yeah, I was going to back up so I could actually pull it. Okay. They have a lot of issues... Why is it not doing anything?
Oh, there you go. It's... You gotta...
Oh, okay. It made it look like I had to pull it forward.
Yeah.
They have a lot of issues with, like, because someone is mean to them, they're mean to someone else. Mm-hmm. Not that that's okay, but that's just what kids do, you know? It's there was a saying, hurting people hurt others. Mm-hmm. And that's just kind of... Oh, no. Did I just get fried?
You killed her!
Well,
That was funny. I think we're probably supposed to open that and put something in there.
Yeah, it said that the core is, like, over here.
What are those hanging cords and sockets?
Decoupled high current cables. You're lucky they're off, or you'd be standing in the middle of a painful light parade.
I like this outfit.
I do too. It's really cool. I think you might be able to pull those.
You probably can, but I don't need to yet. I don't think. But yeah, you can. Huh, interesting.
But yeah, kids are kind of mean to each other, and I wish that more people valued teaching the younger children of this generation to be kinder to each other. I know a lot of them do already, but, you know, I think maybe if that guy's parents had told him to be more respectful to, you know, people at school, maybe he would have, or maybe he still would have just been a little boy who was kind of a jerk. But I think it's really important still to try and teach younger kids to be nice to each other, so that way they don't hurt each other in the future.
A lot of that's because of the parents, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Parents don't want to be parents, which is why I say a lot of people who have children
Shouldn't be having them.
Not shouldn't be allowed to, but just shouldn't be having them, because they don't understand the responsibility of, like, teaching kids what it means to be kind or what it means to contribute to the world around them and not be a dickbag who just, like, sits and mooches off of social security, or not social security, but, like, welfare or something like that, you know, and just takes away from
There's
society.
A life pack on the ground.
Okay, I might be able to juice it from the control room above you. And I'm not taking a shot at any group of people with that. I'm just saying a lot of people are not taught, you know, like, how to contribute instead of be a drain, or how to contribute on a emotional level to the people in their life instead of being a drain on them. You know, a lot of people are users. They use the people around them. Then when those people get tired of them, they have to move on to someone else, and then they don't understand why no one likes them. They don't know that they're that. They just are, because their parents didn't teach them, like, you know, what it means to be kind or to value people for more than what they can just do for you. All of this stuff.
And that's why I think it's pretty important, too, to, you know, try to not be a parent. I mean, try to not become a parent until you are ready to become a parent, you know? Kind of like how you and me, we probably won't have kids for a long time if we decide we want them, because we aren't ready for that sort of thing. And I think a lot of people tend to not be ready for that sort of thing, but sometimes they're just not careful enough, and then they get pregnant, and they say, I don't really want to take care of this kid, but I don't want to give it up for adoption, or something like that, you know? And I'm not trying to get back into the abortion thing again, because we've already talked about that before, and how we, like, we're not gonna stop people from doing it, obviously. Your body, you know, you can do what you want, but personally, we wouldn't do that, you know?
I think it's, I just bit my tongue. I think it's gross because of the places it leads.
Yeah.
But I think that people can, just like many rights that I'm sure some people would think I shouldn't have, such as the right to have firearms or things like that, I wouldn't personally go and say, hey, I'm going to remove your ability. I do think that there's stuff like that there's no reason for the federal government or state governments to be subsidizing. I think if you are irresponsible...
did you get on this channel?
Hush, Zip. She must have taken a headset while she was rearranging your office.
You're so smart, Lara. Do you know why the Soviets called their project Carbonek?
It's the castle where Lancelot sought the Holy Grail. Not the first connection to Arthurian myth I've come across.
Myth, she calls it. A limited word for a limited perspective. You were always such the scientist. You're probably right at home with all these Tesla contraptions, aren't you?
As much as anyone, I suppose.
The Russians activated a power in the artifact that literal minds can't handle, and it destroyed them. So don't push the wrong buttons.
You'd better not either.
But I know which ones are the right ones.
You've learned to read Russian since I last saw you, Amanda.
She hung up. What the hell was that about?
She's having difficulty obtaining the sword fragment, and she doesn't want to blow everything up in the process.
Maybe you should have told her what she wanted to know.
I hope they make up in the end. I really like Amanda.
Yeah, all I was going to say was if you are... I mean, I'm not going to get back into this just because I don't want to. But you did mention it, so I will say that when I say I think it's not a great thing for, like, the government and stuff to be involved in, I think that, like, hugely controversial things like that, it's just weird for the government to be okay sponsoring in general. Because, like, if half of your voter base is against it, why are you, you know? But I guess the thing is, you know, if you're assaulted or something, I think, like, I don't know who's going to sit there and, like, argue with you. You know what I mean? For you getting it, for the most part. But there's a lot of people who make bad decisions and then try and get out of it. And I think that that's a problem with humans in general, is like we're not good with accepting the responsibilities and consequences of our actions. If you do something bad and you can get out of it, you will. That's why no one turns themselves into the police when they commit a crime too. Like, why would you? So I think that the sad thing is, yes, the foster system is you know, overcrowded, but, you know, depending on how you view those people or embryos or whatever, a lot of people still view them as people. I didn't want to pick it up yet.
She doesn't say anything when she picks it up.
Okay.
He writes that
Oh,
at least a dozen
I thought she did.
were killed in the
It was a journal page. Why wouldn't she?
She didn't last time.
Something else. A wave of concussive force of some kind.
That's familiar enough. So why were they shut down?
They refused to repeat the experiment, and when the KGB tried to persuade them otherwise, it got nasty.
I was gonna say though. Sorry.
Wow, so you cut me off.
Well,
you make me pick the thing up, and then you won't let me finish my thought about abortion? Are you trying to make me look bad here?
No, you can finish your thought in just a sec. I just wanted to say I sometimes I understand why somebody who was assaulted will get an abortion. Sometimes I think that can be perfectly understandable, but it really depends on the situation. Anyway, you could continue.
Well, that's what I said too.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people would argue with you, but I just think it's a very complicated issue that is not black and white. I mean, like, whether you're a hardcore fundamentalist Christian who says, no, that shouldn't be allowed, that's not okay, because, like, God made, you know, human beings with value, or you're a fundamentalist Christian who says, I will pull this in a second, okay? Who says, like, well, people should be allowed to do what they want and accept the consequences for their actions, which is more, I guess, me. Or you're someone who doesn't buy into that ideology and you believe something completely different. There's atheists who are against abortion and for it. That's up to you, but I think that no matter what side of that argument you're on, you're fooling yourself if you think it's not complicated. It's very complicated.
Most things in life, turns out, they aren't black and white. There's a very big gray area in everything.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
How am I supposed to move it if I can't touch it?
The cable on your grapple is insulated.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you're right though. There's, you know, with a lot of what you're saying, it's just there's a lot of gray area in these things, and it's hard to kind of have the government involved in it, I guess. I feel like, I mean, like, you know, here's the thing. The government's not involved in, like, getting you plastic surgery, which I know is a very different subject, but it's the same thing with, you know, the government doesn't necessarily have to be involved with abortion if they don't want to be, especially if it's something extremely controversial. But that's up to them, and that's up to the voters. That's not up to, one individual person.
Yeah, I think my issue with it is that people act like it is very simple on both sides of that debate. It's not. It's just like everything. I mean, any extreme you take on most issues is disingenuous. Not to be the constant centrist, but it's true. Okay, so I need to... Oh.
Yeah, I think you gotta swing that cord away. There you go.
There we go.
And the other one, too.
I thought I could go through the one.
For some reason, it's gonna make you do both.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. All I'm saying is all that stuff is extremely complicated, and I get that I would say, though, the only thing that people, I think, should think about, just from my point of view, about this stuff is, like, instead of getting so angry that someone thinks something different than you, ask yourself why they do and why you think what you think. I think it can be a lot more beneficial to having a discussion about something like this versus a fight.
And I think it's important to have discussions about these sorts of things and to listen to what another person has to say and to be willing to learn and be open to other opinions and be willing to sometimes change what you think too.
Yeah, I mean, I used to think... I'll tell you. I used to legitimately think when I was a kid that if you were someone who was... I'm not saying I think this now. Like, I honestly thought that if you were someone who was assaulted and you got an abortion, you were an awful person. I didn't understand the subtlety to understand of, like, what that person would be feeling or why they'd make that decision. But as you get older, you understand that much better.
11th century. Probably recovered with the piece we're looking for. It resembles Lancelot's crest, doesn't it?
It would have better had existed.
Oh, what's this now? It looks like a map. Have a good look and see what you can make of it.
What do you think it's for?
Maybe our knight needed help finding his way home. Or perhaps this piece wasn't all he had.
You think he stashed more of the sword somewhere?
Possibly, but the map is useless without a reference point.
I'll work on it. Going offline.
Splendid.
As you get older, I think we all kind of learn a lot more about empathy, about how other people feel, and about how different situations can affect us because we'll have gone through more in life. As we get older, we go through more situations, and we start to understand quite a bit more about the world around us. So it makes sense that you'd have an opinion like that when you were younger, and change it now. That's okay to change your opinions in life.
There's actually a line, not to cut you off, but I really like it. I don't really watch his videos anymore, and it's from a movie. I don't know what movie it was, but Ethan Klein said this, H3H3. It was, sometimes a hypocrite is just someone in the process of changing.
Yeah.
Somebody who has conflicting thoughts. Like maybe one day I say, I don't believe this, by the way, but maybe one day I say I don't like gun ownership, I think it's dangerous, and the next day I say, well, I think it's important or something. Yeah, that's hypocritical, but maybe I'm trying to make up my mind on these complex things. I don't know when I should pick this up. I want to let you finish before I do.
I was just gonna say that, it's okay to change your opinions. It's okay to say, hey, maybe I was wrong in the past. It's okay to not be right all the time, and that's something I struggle with daily, and I think a lot of people need to learn that. And you can pick that up now.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to get in trouble.
So we recovered along with the artifact. Poor fellow couldn't find anyone to help him study.
I empathize. Why that lack of interest?
They were too contemporary for serious study. It seems they date from as recently as the first millennium.
I'm sorry, but am I missing something? How old exactly is this artifact we're looking for?
Older than you'd think.
Yeah, she's just really quiet there for some reason.
Yeah, her voice lines are quiet. Maybe the next gen dialogue made her louder.
Oh, maybe.
I'm just kidding. But who knows? I kind of wonder, do you think I should just blow up these? I think I should just blow these up.
Yeah.
And get them out of the way because
Don't let the other dudes shoot them and then hurt you,
Maybe they don't.
Oh, this is kind of cool.
Oh, maybe I messed it up by doing that. What?
Woo. Sorry, I had to yawn into the microphone.
I think I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Can you shoot at them? Shoot. Oh! My goodness. You hurt yourself. Howie.
I don't know what to do, because I have nothing to shoot at them. Oh. It won't let me in. Okay. Why? Why wouldn't it let me take that?
I don't know, I'm sorry. Yeah, knock him off.
I don't think I can knock him off, but maybe I can...
Jump over there and beat him?
Oh, I think I need to move it further. I don't like this puzzle.
No, it's kind of weird.
Why can't I move that?
It doesn't matter, just try and jump on it from here. There you go.
I think I did, finally.
Good.
Okay, so I might not have enough health, but now I know how to do it. Anyway, I think a lot of complicated issues, like you said, as you get older, well, your opinions will change, you know? And I think that's okay, that's part of growing up. I think if that doesn't happen at all, not that all of your morality should be relative or anything like that, but I think that's not a good thing if that won't happen at all, because that means that you're not open to, I think, interpreting new ideas and stuff, which I think is part of life.
Yeah.
And I think it should be.
I completely agree.
Right.
Just gotta get that one other dude.
I know. Well, if I can... Where'd the box go?
Okay.
It just drops. I'm serious, it just drops.
Well, let's just keep trying. We'll get it eventually, I'm sure. Oh, that almost.
That should have hit him.
Almost. One more box. We'll do it this time. Next time. Another box. Ah, here you go.
Finally.
Sweet. Nice.
So what I don't understand about this...
I think you have to... Is that as high as you can go?
Yep.
Oh.
I think I have to pull it and then...
Pull it over... I don't know.
I did move it.
Oh, you're getting it.
Come on. Okay. No, I think the problem is I have my gun out. So I think if I don't have my guns out, I should be able to... Yep.
There we go.
I almost missed that. Because I forgot the button. Okay.
That's okay.
I made it. I don't... Oh, jeez. Maybe I should just not look
Let's just go
around.
in the door.
Let's just go in the door.
Yeah.